What you're about to see is a gentleman who's kind of down on his luck. Now, it is no secret that the EV wave is in full swing. This gentleman purchased a brand new 2024 Silverado EV, fully electric, over $100,000. It has 2,000 miles and it's gone through two $30,000 batteries. Wow. Now, of course, it's under warranty, it's being fixed. However, this gentleman was also out of his vehicle for 2 months to get it fixed. And this is one of those things where I have so many more questions and answers. Like, is this really what is to come of electric vehicles going forward? I know that this is GM's first truck. The F-150 Lightning's been out for a bit. I really haven't heard such a thing, so maybe this is a growing pain. Is it a lemon issue? Is it just one of those things? I mean, sometimes people buy new vehicles and they literally blow up on day one. It does happen, and it's happened since the dawn of time. But is this going to be more of a consistent issue? We all remember that guy with the Tesla who had to replace his $30,000 battery. Went a little bit different.
Then you see the car disappear.
Man says he purchased a very expensive electric pickup truck, but it's been in the shop for the past 2 months and already needs its main battery replaced.
Chevy came out with a 780-kilometer range truck. I thought, let's go, sign me up.
George Philatos of Toronto purchased a 2024 EV RST Chevy Silverado in November. The loaded vehicle was about $140,000. Philatos works in the green energy sector and felt it was time to purchase an all-electric pickup.
We're part of the electrification of vehicles, and we're trying to get the folks not only to walk the walk, but talk the talk.
But after driving the truck for only 3,000 kilometers, there were battery error codes. He took it back to his dealer and its main battery was replaced, but it's still been in the shop for the past 2 months.
I don't have any meaningful information as to what's wrong with the truck, when I'm going to get it back, what happened to the battery in the first place.
Philato says he's paying $2,000 a month for a truck he can't drive.
If I have a lemon, I just want a new truck. Give me another truck that works.
But as we recently reported, there is no lemon law in Ontario when buying a new vehicle. There is in the U.S., and one was recently introduced in Quebec. So if a new car has serious problems, the dealer must take it back. We reached out to General Motors. The truck battery was replaced again for about $30,000. It was done under warranty, and Philatos was also given $4,000 to cover his 2 monthly payments. A spokesperson for Chevrolet told us, GM remains committed to delivering quality service. We have confirmed repairs have been completed to the customer's satisfaction. Philatos now has his truck back with a new functioning battery and says it's a relief to get it back on the road.
I can't imagine spending $140,000 on a truck that, after basically not like that's a couple tanks of gas in a gas powered vehicle. Like, you put in, your third tank of fuel and it's done. It's in the shop for 2 months. Like, wow. But this brings me to something I've kind of wanted to talk about for a bit, which is EV resale pricing. Now, when it was just Tesla, they held their value pretty well. And now they're not. The Tesla Cybertruck, when it first came out, was very expensive. It still is very expensive, brand new to buy. But the resale, and people were selling them for more. Remember Elon saying he's going to sue everyone that tries to resell for more over MSRP. But now people are a lot of money upside down on brand new Teslas because, they're out and the craziness is over. But now you see the F-150 Lightnings, literally they can't give them away, like, even brand new, and especially used. Like, you're seeing used ones with low miles, and they are starting to trade at kind of the same amount of money that the gas price trucks are as well, and they're more expensive. So take this gentleman, for example, who just purchased this $140,000 truck, and what is the resale going to be on that? What are you going to, like, the Carfax alone, what are you going to say, like, oh yeah, it had 2 batteries replaced already? I mean, who's going to even want to touch that with a 10-foot pole? Probably no one. And they will, you're going to be paying for it, unfortunately. Like, you're going to bite the bullet when you do go to trade that vehicle in or sell it down the road. But again, what is this gonna show us down the road? You know, what are we gonna see EV truck prices specifically? I'm not talking about cars, I don't care right now. Specifically trucks, what are we gonna see? Because right now, like I said, we're seeing F-150s 20, 30 plus $1,000 lesser than what they were selling for brand new in the used market, and they just came out. They're a couple years old. So this gentleman that paid 140 for this truck, what is this Silverado going to be worth in a couple of years? 80,000, 70,000, like it's cut in half. And yes, they have good warranty on their batteries and electrical components. A lot of manufacturers are offering 8-year, 100,000+ warranty, and even above that on specifically the batteries, which is nice. But it's not going to matter when you paid 100+K for a brand new vehicle and you go to trade it in halfway through your loan because you want something different, and you find out you're 20 grand upside down on this truck. And I should know, because I unfortunately got caught in that game this year, just like many of you people are. And I know I'm not alone in this. I was upside down a few $1,000s on my newer Acura, and they've held their value like no one's business forever. It's just a sign of the times, unfortunately. We have higher priced vehicles, and the used market has not kept pace with the price of the new ones. And why would they? There's no reason for it to happen like that. So now you have this massive gap between brand new and used, and we're getting caught somewhere in the middle here. And basically what that means for you is that we are all being upside down in our vehicle loans. So if you aren't paying cash, which nobody really can afford to these days, because have you seen the price of basically everything? We're all financed up to the here. I would like to think that this is kind of a one-off from GM. I do actually really like the looks of the new Silverado EV. By all accounts, it should be a good truck. But right now, you know, these things literally just came out like, what, 3 months ago? Like, they just hit dealership lots. And this is the first one being reported on the news. And you know why it went to the news? Because this guy was clearly not getting the service that he probably expected to get, or the speediness of getting it fixed in time. And again, I know all about that because I had a blown head gasket on that newer Acura, and it was in the shop for a frickin' month for a brand new head gasket. That's insane. Which begs one of the other questions. How many of these trucks already are maybe experiencing the same issue? And of course, they can always come out and have a massive recall in 6 months, and then we'll have more light shed onto it. But how many more people out there right now have the brand new Silverado or Sierra EV, and they're having battery issues? If you're one of them, I'd love to hear from you, because I'm just curious more than anything. But it's a problem. And you know what? When you're spending that kind of money on a vehicle, we really shouldn't have those issues, especially now. They've been making cars for over 100 years. In fact, there's cars that are 100 years old that are still on the road today. Come back at me in 10 or 20 years, and let's see how many of these new EVs are on the road still. Probably none. And the biggest reason for that, no one's forking out $30,000 on a battery for a $10,000 truck.